Hmm. Chapter 15, Part D, Assignment of the mortgage. The lender can assign its interest held assigned in land without the consent, without the permission of or prior notice to the borrower. After the assignment has taken place and written notice of assignment has been given to the borrower by the assignee, the assignee of the debt is then entitled to enforce the lender's rights directly against the borrower. The borrower must receive notice of assignment because the assignee's right to sue the borrower depend upon whether notice has been given. Basically, lender can assign its interest, right, in land without the consent of without the permission. Borrower. After taken place, the written notice of assignment has been given to the borrower by the assignee. Assignee of the debt is then entitled to enforce the lender's rights. For example, TD Bank sold its RBC or BMO.
Yeah.
So they can
enforce.
Next, new assumption of a mortgage. Property Law Act. These are mortgages that can be assumed by future purchaser. They are without qualification. Original borrower may remain liable on the personal covenant, personal signature, if the purchaser who assumed the mortgage defaults on his payments. Even though the new purchaser signed the agreement, the liability of the original borrower on his personal covenant may continue. For example, I assign my debt to Sukhi. Sukhi doesn't pay, still I have to pay. Special caution is necessary as a special. When the purchaser is a limited liability company, right? Limited liability, that is your liable limited, right? Which may have no assets, or where the purchaser involves the revenue producing property. Revenue means he is getting income, right? Like a tenant property. But the purchaser has no independent source of income from which to make a payment. So make sure you don't assign to somebody who has no income. New Property Law Act. New Contract Law says it would not be possible for a lender to sue a purchaser who assumes the vendor's mortgage, as the new purchaser was not party to the original contract between the vendor and the mortgagee. The doctrine of privity of contract would apply. Basically, the party between which has an original contract, they can sue that party, not the new one. Law Act gives the lender the right to take direct action to the purchaser who assumed the vendor mortgage under an agreement for sale. Purchaser is obligated to indemnify the vendor. He is obligated to pay the vendor. Let's read again. Contract law says it would not be possible for a lender to sue a purchaser who assumes the vendor, who basically assumes and the new purchaser was not party to the original contract, right? Between the vendor and the mortgage. The doctrine of privity of contract would apply, right? Because only the party to the contract can enforce the. Now the Property Law Act, this one, circle this one, right? Gives the lender, now the new one, the right to take direct action to the new one, to the purchaser who assumes the vendor's mortgage under an agreement for sale. So basically the new one is also obligated. Now, is obligated to indemnify means compensate the seller. Vendor's limitation to liability under the Property Law Act. When a vendor sells his property and the new purchaser assumes the vendor mortgage, or agreement for sale is transferred, the vendor's liability is somewhat limited
under the new Property Act, right? Vendor liable.
So somewhat limited. The loan must be for residential. Loan must be to acquire the residence, buy the residence, to take improvements, something for improvements, to make expenditure to refinance. So must be residential. Okay. Next, what the Property Law Act protection cannot be used if it is not for one of the above four purposes. It is not for residential, or residence, or improvement, or refinance. When a buyer assumes the vendor's mortgage and the term of the mortgage has expired, and the lender does not make demand for payment of the mortgage within 3 months, within 3 months of expiry, then the vendor, assigner of the mortgage of agreement sale, will no longer be liable. If the new buyer defaults. Okay, the vendor's liability will be extinguished, will be disappeared. Okay, so basically you have to make it within 3 months, otherwise it's good. Property Law Act has limitations. Where the lender expressly will clearly approve purchaser to assume the vendor's mortgage or agreement for sale, has expressly will clearly approved, then the vendor is no longer liable. The vendor's liability will be extinguished subject to approval must be in writing, and request must be made within 3 months. 3 months. Lender is entitled to financial information on the purchaser and may ask for reasonable expenses for obtaining the credit report and handling a cost. If the above are met, lender cannot behold her approval unreasonably. The vendor may seek a court order approving the purchaser and extinguish the vendor's personal liability. The vendor will want to be released immediately from any continuing liability to any property the vendor does no longer own, so as the licensee be aware of these risks to the vendor. Notation is a notation. Substitution of one contract for another. Original borrower is released from a liability. So this means when you substitute when you replace one contract for another. Next one is the foreclosures.
Very bad word.
Standard with a document called a petition, which is filed in the Supreme Court of BC and must be served on all respondent. Number one is petition. Petitioner is A, this first mortgagee, lender. Respondent are the second and third mortgagee, and the borrower is the last respondent. So remedies. Usually claimed in a foreclosure action and accounting of all monies owing under the mortgage, the registrar of the Supreme Court of BC will review the mortgage agreement and see what owes, and will determine how much debt will be increasing each day to per day, every day. Judgment on any personal covenant in the mortgage for the amount found to be due. The original borrower may be personally liable, or his personal signature covenant, even if the personal property has been sold. In default of payment, foreclosure of the respondent, interest in the mortgages laid in effect, the foreclosure is to extinguish the right of all respondents. Extinguish means disappear. The appointment of a receiver, hire a receiver. The receiver may be requested to collect rent, pay bills. Possession of the property, possession. Borrower will be required to vacate. Certificate of pending litigation, registered in the land title office to indicate a legal action has been started. Cost of the action, so court cost will be charged. That is number one. Petition basically means first order of the court. Petition basically means now you no longer pay, they will start collecting rent on your behalf. You have to vacate, right? All those things. Then the second one is order in receipt. This is the first court appearance. The judge will grant an order receipt granting the remedies above. The court will set a redemption period, usually 6 months, for the borrower to repay all money. The petitioner or any of the respondent can make application for a judicial sale, at the start of the order in receipt or when the redemption period expires. If they can prove the value of the property is high enough to satisfy the cost of the sale, and the petitioner